Hi everyone, this is Emmy, and today I'm going to show you how to make these roses with homemade clay. And you can make them any color. You can tint them either before or after you make them. And they're very easy to make, and we're going to get started. Okay, I'm going to show you how I make a rose with this dough. So I'm going to take three approximately equal little balls of dough, like that, and store this in a plastic bag at all times. It dries out very quickly. So just put it in a plastic bag when you aren't using it. I'm just working in an old dinner plate that I no longer use in the kitchen. And I'm going to roll this into a flat circle. And I'm just using a tumbler, a glass tumbler from in the kitchen, which is great because I can then see when my circle has rolled out well. Like that. And I'm going to make 3 of those. And if it gets sticky, you can either just rub a little bit of cooking oil on your plate or just add a little bit more flour to your dough. Okay. So we've got our 3 circles. And it's quite stretchy. It's quite it's not brittle. It's quite stretchy. You can maneuver it a bit like this. And now I'm going to cut each one of these circles in half. And where this one is more oval, I'm going to cut it along the long length, like that. Okay. So you're going to start with your first one, and you can stretch it a little bit. And for the center of the flower, just going to roll this section into a little roll like this. And you can open this up a little bit, like that. To start your second petal, just press down the ends, the edges on one side so that it's quite thin. And then I just like to take one little dab of water and place it along the bottom edge just to make sure that it's going to stick. And place this higher than the flower, so you see it sticks up a little bit like that, so that when you roll it down it will be level to the center that you've already got made, like that. So we're going to move on to the next one. Place a little bead of water. I might as well get 2 of them ready, and just move that one over a bit. Flatten out the edge that's going to be for the petals, and again start halfway between another, roll it, making sure that this is higher so that you can roll it down like that. Get the next one, roll it onto the flower, higher than the previous petals, so that you can roll this down like that. Just going to put this down for a moment while I think I'll only need one more. So get this one ready. Give it a dab of water. And place it on my flower and curl it down. The trick is not to get your fingers too wet, because then your fingers will stick. So now that we have the flower done to this stage, you're just going to take a pair of scissors and you're just going to cut the bottom off like that. And then you're going to set it aside to dry. To make a leaf, start with a ball, flatten it down. You can leave this a little bit thicker than the petals were. You're just going to shape it into an oval and then just score it with your knife. like that. Put some water on your end of your leaf. Place your rose on the leaf, like that. And here are some other ones that I made earlier. And once your flower is finished, you can bake it, you can let it air dry for an hour or so, and then bake it at a 225-degree oven. Now I made these a little earlier, and I baked them for about 15 minutes in a 225-degree oven. And they're very hard. They're as hard as porcelain. And these are really durable. I have some of these beads that are 20 years old. Now here's one that I made with a leaf on it. And here's one that I made where I painted the leaves with just some green acrylic paint after they were dry. And you can tint your dough anytime, or you can make them just not tinted, and you can just add a wash after they're done. With this one I also just brushed some antique gold paint over it, acrylic paint.